What is up, race fans? Welcome to yours truly, the Commissioner's Predictions for your Season 10 NASCAR Roblox Racing League Chase for the Biloxi Cup. We got Alex Muriel, Seth Peters, Justin Ricci, Marty Dallas, Braden Branham, Braden Mayberry, Clover Styles, Camden Gibson, Caden Bishop, and Kyler Scott ready to do battle over 7 races where one driver will emerge as the champion in Phoenix. We're going to start this off making a couple, dare I say, easier predictions. These 4 drivers are kind of my upper echelon tier of drivers. Alex Muriel, Seth Peters, Justin Ricci, Marty Dallas, I feel will have no problem advancing out of the Contender 10 into the Super 7. Blue Mountains, Northwoods, and Milwaukee are the first 3 races of that round. Milwaukee could play somewhat of a wild card, given we haven't raced there in a couple seasons, but I still think these 4 will handily make the second round of the chase. Same goes for the 2 Bradens. I feel like I would be called crazy if I didn't say that these 2 were going to advance to the next round, and I would agree with the haters that would call me crazy, because that is a crazy thing to predict. These 2 have been great all season. I don't see that ending anytime soon. If I can freaking figure this out. There we go. Jeez Louise. I don't see that ending anytime soon. Leaves us with one last spot here in the Super 7. No disrespect at all to Caden Bishop or Kyler Scott. However, I feel like they're not necessarily on the level with these other guys. Kyler Scott just barely sneaking into the chase. Caden Bishop has been decent all season, had some highs and lows, hasn't really put together the consistency over the first 15 races that we've seen from some of these other guys. Similar story for Kyler Scott. So those 2, unfortunately, I do not have advancing to the Super 7. So that brings it down to Clover Styles and Camden Gibson. If we look at the stats, it's a closer comparison than you might think. If we look here, Camden's had 13 races compared to Clover's 14. Camden has a pole compared to Clover's 0. Camden and Clover both do not have a stage win. However, we look at podiums. Camden has 4, Clover has 2. Camden has 5 top 5s to Clover's 3, and they both have 1 win. Camden also has the better average finish by around 2 positions. So, looking at just the stats, you would think that Camden Gibson is the easy pick to move on. However, Camden Gibson will not be at the first race of the chase in Blue Mountains. So this makes my prediction a little bit easier, because Clover Styles, without a doubt in my mind, has the ability to be consistent enough for the first 3 weeks of the chase, take care of business, get enough points, outduel the number 9 car, and to move on to the Super 7. Moving on to the Super 7, we race at IRP, New England, and Martinsville. Looking at these top 2 drivers, Alex Muriel and Seth Peters have been lights out at IRP and New England. They are the 2 drivers that won those races last season, Seth at IRP, Alex Muriel in New England. And over the past few seasons as well, they have just been dominant at those racetracks. And Martinsville plays a little bit more of a wild card role. However, I don't see any problem for these top 2 drivers in punching their tickets to Phoenix with those 2 racetracks being in the round. Moving down the list a little bit, we have Justin Ricci, Marty Dallas, Braden Branham, Braden Mayberry, Clover Styles yet to decide. No disrespect to Clover Styles, just squeaking into the Super 7. I'm not sure that's going to be enough to punch her ticket to the Final 4. She's shown earlier in the season at Twin Cities that she could definitely put together a very nice race and steal a win every once in a while. Not sure that's going to happen here in the Super 7 round, so unfortunately I do not have her moving on. So the decision comes between the 12, the 25, the 5, and the 30 with 2 spots remaining. This is maybe top 3 easiest picks this round, or overall for the predictions. Braden Mayberry will be making the Final 4. He has been the greatest rookie that we have ever seen in the NRL. Dare I say, maybe other than Alex Muriel, going and winning a bunch of races in Season 6. However, he's been so incredibly consistent. I mean, you just look at the stats. 15 starts, 2 poles, although no stages. He has 5 podiums and 9 top 5s in 15 starts, along with a win and a 5.2 average finish, which is the second best in the league behind Alex Burriel. There is no doubt in my mind, whether it be on points or by scoring a win at one of these 3 racetracks, that Brandon Mayberry will be advancing to the Final Four. Which brings this prediction down to Justin Ricci, Marty Dallas, and Brandon Branham. Now, Justin Ricci, unfortunately, I don't really see 3 Fireball Motorsports cars making the Final Four. And this is probably a bit more of a gut feeling. I don't know. I don't see it. Ricci's been good this season. However, he ran into a little bit of trouble the past couple races going into the chase. And a lot of times going into the chase, momentum is crucial, as you can't rely on suddenly turning it around once we get to the last 7 races. And for that reason, I have Justin Ricci missing out on the Final Four. So the decision comes down between Marty Dallas and Brandon Branham. Another 2 guys which you wouldn't think would be terribly close to each other stat-wise, but oh boy are they. 14 starts for Branham, 12 for Dallas, 1 pole for Branham, 2 poles for Dallas, 1 stage win for Braden, none for Marty, 5 top 3s for Braden, 3 for Marty, 5 top 5s for Braden, 4 for Marty. Both have a win, and just by 1/10 of a finishing position is the difference between those 2 drivers on average finish. Correct me if I'm wrong, but we've never seen Brandon Branham in a full-length chase. If I remember correctly, I could be wrong. If I am wrong, please don't flame me. But I believe that every time Brandon has made the chase, he's had to withdraw or he hasn't showed up. So we haven't seen what Brandon Branham can do. On Marty, we have seen what he can do. He can make a deep run. However, unfortunately, I think with the second round being the exact same tracks as they were last season, I think we're going to get the exact same result from Marty Dallas in that round, and he will not advance to the Championship 4 in Phoenix. So, I have Alex Burriel, Seth Peters, Brandon Branham, and Brandon Mayberry advancing to the Final Four in Phoenix. Take notes, kids. This is the correct 4. We start with Alex Burriel. We already talked about what he can do. He has the best average finish in the league, 2 wins on the season, which is tied for the most. Another season with not a lot of wins for the leading driver, regardless. He leads the points standings by a wide margin, 66 points. His team's top of the team championship. What can't he do? Moving on, Seth Peters. 6.5 average finish, a little more average midfield, but still in that upper echelon of drivers. He's also got 2 wins on the season, and he, unlike the 3 other racers here, has raced in a championship race at Phoenix Raceway before. He was, how do I put this, screwed over by Caden Bishop in that championship race. We don't talk about that. If you know, you know. Seth Peters is going to be probably the most hungry driver to get a win and hoist the Bloxy Cup for the second time in his career when we get to Phoenix. Brandon Branham, as we talked about earlier, doesn't have the experience of some of these other guys coming into the chase. While I think that will benefit him in the first 2 rounds, once we get to the championship, I feel like that's going to kind of hurt him a little bit more. I don't see Brandon Branham winning the championship, unfortunately. I'm going to be honest. No disrespect to him. I think the other 3 drivers are just a little bit more consistent and a little better chances at winning that singular race that's going to decide the championship. Brandon Mayberry. Similar situation to Brandon Branham. He doesn't have the experience. However, the raw talent, I mean, I went over all his stats earlier. The raw talent from the 30 car to wheel that car around the racetrack, no matter where we go, is undeniable. And I think that'll benefit him a lot. He's one of the best at driving at tracks we haven't driven at. We saw that in Louisville, where he got his first career win. The NRL's never raced on that track. That's a huge benefactor to him, as Alex Burriel and Brandon Branham have never driven on Phoenix before. And Seth Peters, I think, Braden still has an advantage over because the setups are going to be so much more different, given that these are different cars, different packages, different setups than when we raced 4 seasons ago in Season 6. And for all of those reasons, my official prediction for NRL Season 10 champion is Braden Mayberry. Take notes, ladies and gentlemen. Make your brackets look exactly like mine, because mine is going to be correct. Just come back at the end of the season and just witness this glory from yours truly and how this is going to be a perfect prediction. Thank you all for watching my predictions. The chase this season is going to be absolutely incredible, and we will see you next week in Blue Mountains for the first race of the Contender 10. We will see you then.